Hello, my entrepreneurs. I'm Sharon Taylor, founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center, and I'm here to give you some small business advice. My advice to you is to step up into your purpose. So, what does that mean? What am I talking about? So, I have to give you a little history about my trajectory and about who I am as a person. I am an introvert, self-diagnosed, and I say that because if left to my own devices, I would work in a vacuum. I want to put my head down. I want to do the work that my business needs me to do. But my challenge has always been about marketing and networking and talking to people about what I do as the CEO and founder of the Small Business Vision and Development Center. And I have a coach too. And she talked to me about stepping out of just creating and doing the work about getting my message out. So that's what I want you to see as my foundation. So, mostly speaking to our introvert entrepreneurs out there, we like what we do, we have a passion for what we do, but sometimes we do it in a vacuum. And doing your work in a vacuum does not translate to revenue. So then, as I walk through this journey of trying to get out of my own way, I started doing the power of visualization. And that's a key tool that I use to help me step into the business owner and entrepreneur that I am. I visualize myself going to these sessions and networking and talking to people. One thing I can say about myself is if you engage me in a conversation about entrepreneurship, chances are you'll have to walk away because I'll talk forever. So when I do these visualizations before I have to go somewhere or go to a room or go to a meeting or even do these YouTube videos, which are pretty easy because it's just me and the camera, I visualize the reception that I get, the energy that I get, the vibe in the room is palpable and it gets me fired up to do what I need to do to talk about my business. So, as I grew in my business, I met people along the way. Based on some of my visualization techniques, I met people along the way. And what I can say, it was a step by step journey. Sometimes we can't just bite off the whole thing. We have to take baby steps to go and get to the top. And somehow that's what happened. I would meet somebody while I was walking my dog. This true story. Met someone while I was walking my dog. He suggested in random conversation, asked me what I did. I told him, and he suggested that I meet with the board members of a board that he was working with and working on, and their mission is to provide small business technical assistance, Ward 7 in DC. I was like, okay, all right, I'm getting some traction here. Went, met the board, was voted on. Come to find out, I had met the executive director of this board about a year prior to at another event that I had attended. We spoke. I introduced myself. I told her who I was when we met a year prior to. And so when I said, "Oh, I know you, you're the as the executive director, I know you from a year ago." She remembered me. She's like, "Yeah, welcome to the board." She gave me the opportunity to talk to small businesses in their footprint. Their footprint was 30 small businesses. She gave me an assignment. I was to call these small businesses. I was to do a health checklist that I developed and go down the checklist and see what they needed and where they were in their entrepreneurial journey. So I'm getting pumped up now. I'm like, yeah, this is what I was meant to do. Fast forward to now, that same executive director is at a bigger organization, and she is still my mentor. And as she moved, I moved. So now I'm following her to this new organization. Okay, so we're stepping, baby steps, but still getting there. So next thing I know, she's inviting me to a huge event. And I'm like, okay, I'll go. I'll go into the room. I go into that room, and let me tell you, there were heads of banks. I'm still in DC, still in my community, organizations at a higher level. DC government, federal government, banking organizations, high-level nonprofits that offer resources to small businesses. So as I moved through my journey, I had to learn, and I want you to receive, that you belong in the room and at the table. When I go into a room, it's like a light switch goes on when there's a business thing going on, because like I said, I can talk about it all day. I'm going around the room, I'm introducing myself. This is who I am, this is what I do. How can I help you in your mission? Always, how can I help you in your mission? So you also belong in the room, and you belong at the table. But there are times when they push you to the side. Or maybe you're in the wrong room or at the wrong table. I encourage you to make your own space and invite others. People start to know who you are and what you do if you're authentic. And they will get to know who you are and what you do if you're not authentic. So word of mouth is everything. Be yourself and be genuine, and always add, this is important. What can I do for you? So that brings me to my next point. Be a giver. Practice gratitude. And in time, you will receive. Sometimes what you receive will not always be monetary. Sometimes it'll be some advice you need right at that moment. Sometimes it'll be a connection that you need right when you're trying to develop something and launch something. So be open, be receptive, be a listener. Don't always be a talker. Don't always shout your accolades from the rooftop. Nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, some people don't want to hear your resume when you first meet them. Let them get to know you. Let them warm up to you. Show them your energy. Be a vibe, as they say, and be a good vibe. And I'm going to end this talk with you, this chat with you, with never giving up. If I had given up before I met the dog when I was walking, before he introduced me to the executive director and the board, before she had taken me to the next level, where would I be? So that's why I say I can't give up, because there are steps to this. There's a trajectory to this. So if you give up right here in the middle, you never know the heights that you could reach. So step up into your purpose. You may not see it. There may be others around you that see it better than you do. So keep stepping, keep moving, keep learning, keep growing, and always be a giver. So like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to chat with me, always willing to, always love to talk about business. You can email me at info@bvdcenter.org. And I'll see you on the other side. Like, share, and subscribe.